Now, we remember, you guys will remember that a little while ago they're talking about, and they announced that they're going to be doing a Breaking Bad movie that would probably be on AMC. Now, there was a lot of speculation about, would it be a prequel? Would it be a sequel and following, Jesse and all that kind of stuff? Well, apparently now we know for sure.
Yeah.
The Hollywood Reporter is now saying that the Breaking Bad movie is indeed a sequel. It is a sequel starring Aaron Paul and will air on Netflix first and then on AMC. Either way, it's going to be a televised thing, not a movie in theaters and stuff like that. Still no word about whether, Walter White will appear or anybody else, whether there'll be flashbacks or Walter White never died. Nothing about that right now. But it does look, at least at this point, that we are indeed getting this movie, and it is indeed a sequel. Rob, I know you were a fan of Breaking Bad. What do you think about this news? You looking forward to this movie? Do you think they should even be doing this movie or let well enough alone? How do you feel about it?
First of all, they made this movie like in secret, because from what I understand, it's already done.
Wow.
And yeah, they there was rumors. I guess it was like last summer when I first started working with you, John. I was reading about that they might mysteriously be making this Breaking Bad movie in New Mexico.
Yep.
And they did it. They already. I love shit like this. I mean, I love when my whole raison d'etre is when cool stuff gets made. When I want to. I live to see cool things happen, and this is one of those cool things. I mean, it's the entire original creative team. Well, not the entire, but it's Vince Gilligan and his team making this movie. They did it sort of in secret, which is very cool and Breaking Bad-esque. And I just love that it got made. And, I'm really looking forward to having meth come back in a big way because of this movie.
I'll tell you what, too. I'm perfectly okay with them doing this movie. Now, there is a train of thought of leave well enough alone. And I get that. And I'm cool with that. I have no problem with leaving well enough alone. I have no problem with any of that. But, what happens to Jesse when he drives away in that car? What happens?
We're going to find out.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm asking, what happens to Jesse when he drives into that car, laughing and crying, and is a total emotional mess? And by the way, his circumstances are still pretty screwed. Yeah. He's still screwed if you remember his circumstances at the end of the movie. So I think this is great. Would I have preferred this to have been a theatrical release film? Yeah, I would have preferred that. But still, we're going to get it. And it's interesting that there's this relationship now between Netflix and AMC. And AMC, by the way, there are still some people who don't understand and realize that AMC, the television network, is a completely different company, not affiliated in any way, shape, or form with AMC, the movie theaters. Okay, so remember that. Anyway, it's kind of neat that they've got this little relationship going, and
yeah.
I'm curious to see this. So anyway, Ashley, I'm not sure. I've never asked you. Did you ever watch Breaking Bad? What do you think about this?
Yeah, every single episode. I was diehard, and I watched most of Better Call Saul, but I'm actually I don't want this to be happening, because I feel like if something goes wrong and I don't love it as much as I hope that I do, then it might leave a bad taste in my mouth for the entire. I mean, that was one of the best, to me, series finales ever written, and I don't know if I want to see more, but I don't think that I should see any more, because I'm already so satisfied with how it ended.
Yeah, but I think there's this cool trend, and it kind of started with the Veronica Mars movie. Now they're making the Sopranos, the Sopranos prequel. I mean, I kind of like this idea that the creative team, I mean, the Veronica Mars movie wasn't great, but I'm a Marshmallow. That's what Veronica Mars fans are called. Mm-hmm. And now they're doing an 8-episode Veronica Mars, a new series.
A revival.
Yeah.
A revival. And with the original cast and the original creators. And, I think it's kind of cool that we're getting these old shows, or shows that I thought were finished. And they get, I mean, certainly Better Call Saul is one of the great spin-offs of all time.
I like prequels and spin-offs. I like seeing the origins, and but I just don't know if something ends in such a wonderful way, I don't know if I want to see more of it. I want a prequel, not a sequel.